Okay, a little change here in the plans. So unless you have teeny tiny fingers and hands, there's no way in hell you're going to be able to root it up underneath the tank without doing a tank lift. So we're going to go through doing a tank lift. It's pretty simple if you haven't done it before. It's just a lot of Allen head keys, really, and one 10 or 12 mil bolt. So all the plastic here, plastic here, plastic here. Same thing on the other side. And then this just will lift up for us, give us a little more room. And we can take it right off if we need to. Again, not super difficult, but if you don't know what you're doing, you can definitely damage some plastic. So we'll go through that with you.
That was terrifying.
Okay, so to perform this tank lift, we're going to need a 4mm Allen key, or hex head, or whatever you want to call it. 4mm, 12mm socket to take off this piece that holds that down, and then I believe this in here is going to be a 5mm Allen key or hex head. So the bolts you're going to need to remove are here, 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 and here. Same thing on this side, here and here. Okay, and again, this one right here. So that's just a start, and once that's done, I'll show you what's next. Okay, guys, as you can see, the bolts are removed in here, up there, if you can see it. Sorry, up there and down here. That's been done on both sides. So once that's been done, next thing you're going to want to do is remove these plastic clips. So this is an aftermarket one, but these are the stock ones. And basically all you're going to need to do is grab something small that'll fit in there, like an Allen key, and just pop it forward. Once it's popped forward, you can get either a screwdriver, or if you got a nail, you can put your nail under there and it'll just come right out. To reseat it, you're just going to do this, okay? And then once you, so to clip it back in, for example, so when we're putting it back together, it's going to be like this. You're going to put it in with, again, that pin back. And then it'll make a nice click when it seats the plastics together. But we're taking it apart, so we're going to bring that right out. So you're going to want to do that on both sides. Again, here, 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 and here. And then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so we're back on the left side of the bike, and the clips have been removed on both sides, so those clips are gone. And really, there's nothing holding this plastic piece in. Now, it's a bit finicky the first time you do it. I remember the first time I took this piece off on, this is a 2017, it was really hard. You're going to want to do it when it's warm, because plastic's brittle as it gets colder. It's about 10 degrees right now, which is fine. I wouldn't recommend doing it at like -20. And as you can see, it just pops right off. So really all it's doing is sliding into position on these little brackets here. So if you get them in position, it'll be no problem at all. You're probably gonna end up breaking a few of these off, as I have. That's just kind of par for the course. But once that's removed, you can see you have pretty good access to this side panel here. So once you remove those silver pieces, the pieces that just slide out, the next piece you're going to want to remove is this kind of tank flange Velcro piece. It kind of clips in here and Velcros down, and it doesn't take much at all to remove this. Now, the one thing you got to be careful of is there is this rigid plastic piece which mounts into here. So you're going to want to make sure you get this loose and then pull straight up on this to avoid snapping that off. If you do, it's not the end of the world. I've done it in my dash, and just some super glue puts that back together. It's not a huge deal if you do, it's just easier if you don't. Okay, I don't need to do this, but I'm going to do it for your guys' benefit. So we're going to remove both side panels, and we're actually going to do the full lift. That way, if you need to do a project that involves lifting the tanks, such as checking your valves, replacing your air filter, cleaning your air filter, etc., that can be done. So this is a 5mm, and that's going to crack as we remove it. one here, one on the other side, and then this Phillips head right here. Once we do that, there's going to be a couple electrical components we have to remove on the inside of this side. This left-hand side here has a couple electrical components, including the signal light. And then the only thing we have to worry about removing on the right-hand side is the signal light. So I'll come back to you when we're ready to do that. Okay, so as you can see, these two screws here have been removed, as well as the 5mm Phillips here. 5mm hex head here. Obviously, somebody who was working on my bike forgot to install something here, and it broke right off. Or maybe it may have been installed and broke off here. Anyways, point is, I don't have this mount here. Haven't noticed any difference. Hopefully I won't. So this is the tricky side. The left side's the tricky side. We've got the wiring harness here that mounts into, I just want to make sure you guys can see it, so I'm going to take this off my head. So the wiring harness mounts to the side of the fender here, right up here actually. And I screwed with this enough that I should be able to just pull it right out, but you might have to get a screwdriver in underneath this clip here and try and wedge it so that it'll pop out. The other thing, one sec, let me turn my camera back on here. The other thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to disconnect the signal light before you remove it. And that is a press and pull, if I can do it. Press and, or maybe it's a outwards and pull, frig. Okay, I'm gonna need both hands for it, I'll let you know. But it is that right there, that connector right there. So you either need to push that little clip in, or you need to pull it out, but I need both hands to do it. Once the electrical components are disconnected, it's just as simple as, let me make sure my camera is right here. It's just as simple as pulling it forward off these mounts. So it's right, 2 rad mounts, and then a mount off the gas tank. So to pull forward, again, this is the connector for the wiring harness to the side plastics, and this is the signal light connector. It is a pull outwards to get it to disconnect, I found. Okay, now we're over to the right hand side of the bike, and it's just going to be the same thing. It's going to be that little, oh geez, I guess it's going to fall right off. The other option is you can just let it kind of fall off and remove the clip like, come on, geez, like so. And again, it just, these will come right off, no problem at all. Put that one there. Okay, next part of this whole ordeal is to actually lift the tank. So in order to do that, so the 12mm bolt here has to be removed, which is already gone. And then the 2 5mm Allen keys need to be at least loosened here, if not entirely removed. We'll see what we need to do. Okay, so this bracket here, the bolts have been totally loosened. Just remove this bracket entirely. Take it right out. Keep the orientation. Again, when you put it back on, this needs to be level and facing down. So once you remove that bracket, just take your fingers and just lift the tank. You'll see that there's nothing catching. These have already been pulled out. These plastic side pieces, they just pop out. And Suzuki was intelligent in that they designed this with a porpoise, not the sea-dwelling creature. But if you can see here, there's 2 holes. Well, look at that, there's 2 holes. That sits like that, and that goes right in there. There, and that holds your tank up while we do the work. So now that we've got the tank up, there's a couple things we need to remove. There is this electrical connection. Sorry. So there's the electrical connection there. There's this green piece here. That's a hose that just pulls out. Like the green clip pops back, and then you can actually remove the hose back that way. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to actually show this to you guys, but at least I can show you what else needs to be done. These hoses here will also, there's 2 of them actually. these two will need to just pull right down, okay? So I'll see what I can do about showing that to you. I might not be able to, but we'll see what I can do here. Yeah, okay, there we go. Ooh. I want to take that rubber piece and put it over here. Okay, so this green clip just pulls down, okay? And then you can pull it back like so. Come on, back you come. And you might get a little dribble of gasoline, like I did. Okay. Whew. Fun feeling. Okay, the other thing is this electrical piece. That should just pull right out with the little pressure. Keyword is should. There, okay, that's disconnected. And then we've got two hoses over here, which will just pull right down. I won't show you that. You just need to wiggle them back and forth until they'll pull off. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, we've disconnected the hoses over here. 1, 2. We've disconnected the electrical or the fuel pump here, and we've disconnected the fuel line itself. Okay. So now that that's done, this thing is ready to remove and put somewhere else while we do this. So obviously the less gas you have in your tank, the less this is going to weigh, but it's not too bad. We'll just put that there. Now while you're doing it, great time to check your air filter. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. It's just a few Phillips heads. It's a pain in the ass to get to, so anytime you're in here is a great excuse to take a look at your air filter. It'll cause performance issues, you know, hard starting, poor running, so just take the time and check it, okay? Okay, so the screws are all removed on this, and just so you are all aware, 2, 4, 6, 8 Phillips heads. If you go to remove this and there's any resistance, just stop. Double check, make sure you removed all the screws. It should come off with no effort at all, okay? And if we look in here, we can see there is some stuff getting by, some grit getting by. Not what we want. Oil sponge looks okay. And let's take a look at the filter itself. Doesn't look awful. Doesn't look great, doesn't look awful. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take a rag and we'll wipe out some of that gunk because we don't want that getting into our engine. And then we'll just throw it back together. Okay guys, just want to clarify something just when you're putting this back together. When you're putting it back together, the element faces upwards. So there's a flush side, this downside is the flush side, and then the side you want facing up actually lifts out, okay? So you want this sticking up when you reinstall your air filter. Yeah, just wanted to double check and make sure that everybody was aware of that. Okay, we've done our big complicated tank lift. Let's get back to what we're here for. And that's installing some nice, cheap aftermarket lights. Yeah!